So yes, I bought an $80 pencil from a YouTuber on the internet, and it turned out to be pretty good. Making is a very human act, and the things we've made as a society define us throughout history. The age we currently live in is an age where archaeologists of the future will sort through and find mostly plastic garbage. We have lost touch with the value of a well-made item. Part of it has to do with the sheer price of things these days. The other part of it has to do with the cheaply made products that are everywhere that we so easily throw away just to buy new. There have been resurgences in handmade items to restore our faith in the handmade or even well-made, but people typically seem to choose the heavily marketed shiny products that temporarily boost our dopamine level in lieu of something created with passion, heart, and soul. People used to buy once and keep forever, but that's really difficult to do these days. For one, quality takes time and money. It comes across as a luxury we can't afford, but I would argue it's something we can't afford to ignore. It seems really easy to go buy the affordable thing when it breaks, you fix it for now, but then you know later on it's going to break again and you're going to have to just go back and do the same thing over and over. What if you could buy something once and count on it forever? A small leather company in Texas called Saddleback Leather has the slogan, "They'll fight over it after you're dead." They make some great stuff, by the way, but how many things in your house can you think of that slogan would apply to? But this is not a video about leather goods. This is a video about a brass, chunky pencil made from a guy named Foureyes, or Chris, if you prefer a real name. You may have heard of him. He does some great storytelling as he makes his custom furniture and tells great jokes along the way and generally entertains well over 1 million subscribers. I don't even know why I'm trying to introduce him. He's probably way more well known than some random engineer on the internet. Now, when a YouTuber advertises their product on the internet, it can come across as very cheesy and you just feel like they're trying to sell to you. However, with Chris, it's something different. I feel like he's marketing something that he truly believes in and something he made for himself first and solved a problem for himself first before he pushes it onto somebody else. I actually think he truly believes in this pencil. And although it is a luxury good, it is a well-made luxury good, and he has done a lot of work to get to where it is. It looks as though he's done several iterations over time and gone through a lot of different product development mechanically to make this work. The measurements I've seen in one of the videos he's made show it to be a 1/2 inch stock. That is not entirely true. It is more like 482 thousandths, so it's 18 thousandths smaller than 1/2 inch. Big whoop, no big deal, right? Probably a result of the machining process or the stock they started with. But this is a solid brass, so I have actually dropped the cap of this onto the floor, which is dented already, and that's not anybody's fault but my own. I think it lends towards the material itself, and it shows that it's going to tell a story whenever this is done. I think that years after I use this pencil, it's going to have polish marks where I hold it all the time, scratch marks where I dropped it here and there, and I think that this is going to tell a story of my working whenever it's done. And I think it's going to last that long too. Now, having been a machinist prior to becoming a manufacturing engineer, I appreciate a very well-made object and a well-machined object. This tip on here is actually pretty well machined. There we go. Now, there's only one part of here that's probably mass-produced, and that's the actual housing for the lead and the collet for letting the lead come down into the pencil itself. Everything else has been machined from scratch. And there's a nice little groove relief here for machining the threads. You can tell this is machined from scratch on a lathe and probably from the same stock or similar. He even sells replacement tips for this on his site for Qwerk, which, you know, if you drop this and the brass gets dented, I'm sure that you might need to do so. He's even advocating for the right to fix your own stuff, so you can order parts and replace it and keep this thing forever. I see no reason why the housing would ever have any problems. You could drop this as the tips off now, but I doubt you're ever going to really have it in that state all the time. So most of this is very, very custom. The fits on it are really well done. The inside of this piece measures at 420 thousandths on the inside pocket where this cap fits into. And that's 420. This is 417 thousandths. So it's got a 3,000 slip fit. That's some no joke tolerancing for a pencil. Plus or minus thousandths of inches like that is actually not very easy, and it's non-trivial to machine. So getting this to fit with this, well, it took a lot of work, I guarantee it. And this is very robust, and the idea of this hole actually fits on here like a friction fit, so it can retain it so it won't come off. And so maintaining those fits with a pre-manufactured object and getting everything to fit together, this took quite a bit of engineering, and for a random wood worker on the internet, pretty good job. I hope he had some great help with this, because Whoever helped him with the detailing on this did a great job as well. Using a pencil is a very personal thing. A lot of makers have a certain type of pencil they really enjoy. Personally, I use this Pentel pencil most of the time, although I'm switching to this now. This one also has 0.9mm lead, and so does the Brass Junkie. Now, I really enjoy the thicker lead, and it's really nice for marking in the shop. You don't have to worry about the lead breaking all the time, and you can still make a good, fine quality line. And you don't have to burn through your lead breaking it over and over again as you run over wood grain or something else like that. It's very well thought out and designed on that part as well. Pencils are very personal. Adam Savage did an entire video about his favorite pencil changing over the years when they changed their manufacturing methods and changed the color of it.
And my personal favorite is this, the Papermate Sharpwriter #2. It goes all the way back to 2nd grade. My teacher, Mr. Sorkin.
It's something that you're going to use forever. It's something you're going to rely upon for making everything. One thing that I don't think this pencil is going to have a problem with is getting lost within the shop. Typically, I have scattered tools everywhere until I clean it up at the end of a project, and these can get lost. I'm really hoping this pencil will be easily findable, as prominent as it is. So yes, I bought an $80 pencil from a YouTuber on the internet, and it turned out to be pretty good. Chris himself says it's something you don't need, but you might want. I totally agree. You might actually need something nice in your life, so treat yourself.
Clothes.
Treat yourself.
Fragrances.
Treat yourself.
Massages.
Treat yourself.
I purchased this pencil on a whim, but there was something truly alluring about a weighty, well-made pencil that I could use in my shop. The way this is made is a rarity in today's products, and it's something I truly appreciate. So the archaeologists of tomorrow will search through the refuse of our society and find a lot of plastic, a few well-made things, and a large brass mechanical pencil.